Page 6, Our Song. At the top of this page there's a little paragraph about phrasing and identifying them and how many bars they are, and I'll leave that up to you. You're going to find phrasing can be most any number of bars long. If you want to believe they're in patterns, you go right ahead, but I have found the patterns are, wow. Could be one measure, two measures, it could be a few notes, it could be a lot of measures. A phrase is a musical sentence. How long is a sentence? Well, if you're talking, sentences can be any length. It could be a couple of words as a sentence, or it could be a lot of words as a sentence. Same thing in music. A phrase can be just a little bit, or it can be great big, and yeah. But I would like to talk about this piece, so this is more music we can play. Let's play it. Let's learn this piece of music. Now they have boxes all over the place, and they want you to either tell what the name of that note is, or explain what the word means, or what the symbol means, or something. We'll cover that too if you want. So if you don't want me to give you the answers on that, you need to stop the video and go do this yourself, because I'm about to give it all away, and you don't want to do that. Huh? At the beginning, 4/4 time. Let's start with the right hand. Second finger on G puts us in this position. No sharps or flats. I forgot that. Got a dotted rhythm. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Hopefully you can do dotted rhythms. This book isn't teaching dotted rhythms. Apparently that's in a different book. I don't know, but you're supposed to already know dotted rhythms, I guess. Second measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then reach up with the little finger just up here. Actually it's not just the little finger, you're reaching up with the whole hand. So here, and then once you're up here you can collapse the thumb, then bring the thumb up. And then in the last measure you got to go up, all the way up, second finger on C, you just reach up. Second line, second measure, you got to reach down with the thumb just a little bit, and then fourth finger, and then for the fourth measure there, it's between phrases. You just lift up and move down. Your second finger on the G. It's like it was at the beginning. Third line down. Your second measure, you're here. You're going to lift up, put the third finger up here. It's between phrases. You're lifting up. I'll come back to the phrasing in a minute. It's just you can get away with that. It's okay. Now in the fourth measure, that third line here, that G is tied. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and. The F is on the and of 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Thumb comes down. You're moving around quite a bit here, and then you have a quarter rest, gives you time to come all the way down here. And then second finger on the A. And then again, lift up between phrases, come down, second finger on the G. And then 2, 4, and 1, 3. Like so. Left hand. Keep the left hand soft. Melodies in the right hand. 3, 1. Just drop, lower the whole hand. These two fingers are down, lower the whole hand. And then a C and a D. And then a B and a D. And then the thumb on the C. Thumb comes up. Start to do all that again. Third line down here, and here, and then the C sharp, and then go on. Now C natural. Last line, that first note is an F. You got to come way up here, and then come down. First finger on D. Last measure, come all the way down here. You got one beat rest, get down there. It's up to you, the fingering of there. You can do 2, you can do a 3, you can do a 4. It's up to you, the fingering. That part, the fingering, isn't really important. You have a choice, is what I'm saying. Or your teacher tells you what to do. Put the hands together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2. 1 and 2 and 2. Again, let's go down to the third line. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And 2 and 3. And 4 and red. Right there. First measure, the last line. Let's be accurate with this rhythm. You have a dotted half note in the right hand. You're going to hold it down for 3 counts. In the left hand, 1, 2, 3. And then on beat 4, the left hand stays down, the right hand comes up. So for 1 beat, it's left hand only. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, like so. Be accurate there. Then 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 1 and 4 and 1 and. Now, let's add some dynamics. Trying to do a little bit of the phrasing too. It starts out medium soft at the beginning. That's the melody. The dynamics go to the melody when there's only one dynamic given, and most of the time that's it. So you have to make everything else adjust accordingly. So the left hand's going to be soft. And 2. You have to decide how soft. Just decide what medium soft is for the melody. Experiment. When you get that where you want it, you make everything else softer. Lift up, phrase. 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 So these phrasing are not the same in each hand. So you're lifting up sometimes one hand or the other. Isn't that fun? Second line, first measure, you're here. Left hand as a new phrase, lift up, you're holding the right hand down. Now lift the right hand up, new phrase, but connect the left hand. Now both hands have a new phrase, sort of. And so forth. You work that out, both hands together very slowly and very carefully with the dynamics. The third line down, you're going to crescendo up to a medium loud. You're already medium soft. There's not a lot of difference. So you're only going to get a little soft, a little louder, and you have 2 measures to do it in. Don't do it too soon. In my opinion, the first measure you can stay pretty much medium soft. You don't have to make any changes at all to speak of. And then next measure, now medium loud. This should be louder than any of the previous 2 measures. This third measure, but it's not loud, it's just sort of loud. And you're going to stay that way until the beginning of the last line. Now you come back down. Medium soft. And then it says soft. That's the right hand. The left hand has to be very soft. And then it's very soft at the end. That's both hands. As you play this, we want to hear this. Don't drown this out. So it's So we hear it all at the end. It's a little tricky. Then we can add in the other stuff. I like to do this just a thing at a time. At the beginning, first it says tenderly. For the speed, you have to decide how fast tenderly is. This is another piece you could fall asleep to. This is gentle. Then it says cantabile. There, cantabile means sweet. You can look it up. That's what they want you to put in the box. What's the meaning of cantabile? It's have a box there, that's a B. They want you to put it in the B, that's the name of the note. Another box there, that's an E. Got a box for each hand there. You got a D and an A. If you're playing these notes, hopefully that I help you tell you the name of the note. Boxes above these notes, I mean, you ought to know the names of these notes. I mean, you can't play it without knowing the names of the notes. So I'm going to skip them. I'm not going to tell you the names of all these notes. Hopefully you know that. Otherwise, you're too far advanced. You need to go back into a previous book and go through it again. You got to know the names of the notes, period. Let's go down to the third line where we have this crescendo. And they have that box pointing to the crescendo, and you put it in there, it's a crescendo. Now, okay. And then and the box next to the MF, what does MF mean? Well, it means medium loud, or moderately loud, or sort of loud, or loud, or Now, the thing you got to watch out for is people, when they get loud, they tend to want to speed up. Don't. Keep it the same speed, just get louder, is all it is. And then we come back down, the last line. That box next to the MP tells us, what does MP mean? It means moderately soft, is what it means. And then right there, third line, or third measure of the last line, you have an RIT, short for retardando, means gradually slow down. I don't know how gradually, whichever, because now it's slower. Now you're going to stay slow. However much you slow down, that's where you're going. And then we get softer still. And then there's a box next to that fermata. It's a fermata. Hold on to it. With a fermata, it's a feel thing of how long you hold on to it. Depends on the situation. When I play with a metronome, I need to stay with the metronome. So I usually take the smallest note value involved, and I set double that, and that's how long I hold it. So here in this last measure, we have a whole note in the right hand, and we have a half note in the left hand with a fermata. So I'm going to take the half note, it's the smaller of the two, I'm going to double it, and that's how long I'm going to hold it. So I'm going to hold that half note down for 4 counts instead of 2, which means the whole note's going to get held down for 6 counts because they end at the same time, is what I'm saying. That's how I play with a metronome with a fermata. It's a personal thing I do. You can use some other method if you want. It's up to you. But I want to do a play with me here just to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics. I'm not going to change speeds. Metronomes don't change speeds as far as I know. We're just notes and rhythms. We got to make sure you got those correct. And you can do all this other stuff to turn it into music. So I'll give us 4 counts, and let's do this together slowly. 1, 2, ready and go. And 1 and 2. 3, 4. 1 and 2. 2 and 2. 4 and 4. 2 and 3, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2.